In this video, we're going to learn how we solve a two-step equation. A two-step equation is an equation where we're going to have to do just that, 2 steps, to get to our answer of figuring out what number is the variable taking the place of. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start first of all by drawing our line. So remember that line it mimics the balance scale. What we do to one side of the line, we have to do to the other. The same process is going to work that we've been using for our one-step equations. The goal eventually is to get the x all by itself. So we're going to start off in this first problem. We want to try to get that 6x all alone. So just pretend like that's all one thing. Just only focus on the left side of the equation. So imagine putting your finger over the number 50. How would I get that 6x all by itself? I need to get rid of that 8 that's being added to the 6x. Let me go ahead and take a minute and highlight that. This is what I need to get rid of. So what you're going to do to be able to get rid of that is you're going to, hold on, my pen's not working. So the opposite of adding 8 is subtracting 8. So we're going to subtract 8 from both sides. Remember we talked about when two numbers cancel out, we don't put 0, we just kind of slash them out. So 8 minus 8 is 0, so we're just going to cross them off. And I'm going to bring down what I have left on the left side of my line. I have a 6x. I'm going to bring down my equal sign. And on the right side, I have 50 minus 8, and that is 42. Now I'm down to a one-step problem. 6 and x are being multiplied together. So I do the opposite of multiplying, I divide. Again, focus only on the side where the x is. Put your finger over the 42. So if 6 and x are multiplied, I have to do the opposite, which is divide. I'm going to divide both sides by 6. Notice I'm doing a fraction bar, not a dot bar dot. Okay, on the left side, 6 over 6. Remember, that's the same thing as the number 1. So these cancel out and give me a 1x, which we just write as x. I bring down my equal sign, and then 42 divided by 6 is 7. So my answer is that x is 7. We could check that by taking the x out and putting 7 in place of it. Is 6 times 7 plus 8 equal to 50? Well, 6 times 7 is 42. 42 plus 8 is 50. So that checks out. So I know the 7 is my answer. Let's go ahead and let's look at number 10. It's a little bit different in that I have a subtraction sign in there, right here. I have 5 as being subtracted from the 2n. So to get started, remember, our goal is to get the letter by itself. Let's draw our line to represent our balance scale. And let's start off, let's get the 2n all alone. So I want to get rid of the subtracting 5 that's happening from the 2n. So the opposite of subtracting 5 is adding 5. So if I add 5 to the left, I need to add 5 to the right. And then to show that a negative 5 and a positive 5, which is occurring right here, to show that they cancel each other out, draw your little slash line. Don't put a 0. Let's look at what's left on the left side of my equation. I have this 2n, so I just bring it down. I bring down my equal sign. And 11 plus 5 is 16. Now I have 2 being multiplied by an n. So to get n all alone, I have to do the opposite of multiplying by 2. The opposite of that is divide by 2. What I do to one side, I do to the other. On the left side, this 2 over 2 is really just the same thing as 1 over 1, or just 1. 1n is n. On the right side, 16 divided by 2 is 8. So my answer is n equals 8. And you could check that just quickly in your calculator. Do, okay, 2 times 8 minus 5, is that 11? Yes, that checks out. Please hit pause in the video and do number 11 and 12. When you are finished, hit play and you can check your work. All right, check your answers and check your work. Every line is important. Number 11, the first thing you should have done is subtracted 9 from both sides. Make sure you have a minus 9 on both sides. The next thing you should have done is written that you would get 4 equals a negative 4k. Don't forget to bring that negative sign down. Then you should have showed me that you divided both sides by -4 because we want to get rid of that number that's in front of the variable, or the coefficient. Okay, we want to remove that. So we show that we divide both sides by -4, and then finally 4 divided by -4 of -1. Notice I just keep bringing things down on each side of my line. Problem number 12. The very first thing you should have done is subtracted 7 from both sides. Remember, if you look over here, we want these to be able to cancel out. So if I have a positive 7, I put subtracting 7 or -7 underneath there. And then this is a -3y. I brought that negative sign straight down. Remember that you can always put a little plus sign in front of your subtraction signs if you get confused by that. The next step was to divide by -3, and then 27 divided by -3 gives you -9. Let's look at a couple more examples that might be either a little bit trickier or just a little bit different. So number 13 is definitely a little bit different because my variable is being divided by 2. So the first thing I want to do is always the same. Whoops, excuse me, my little area of my board is moving here. Okay, try to fix that a bit. So I need to get the x over 2 all alone. So I need to get rid of this subtracting 7. So what should I do to both sides? If you said add 7, then you're right. What I do to one side, I do to the other. Then you should draw your slash. Those cancel each other out, a -7 and a +7. So I have x divided by 2 equals 16. Now think back to that one-step equation. How do you get rid of the divided by 2? You do the opposite. You multiply by 2. So on both sides of this equation, I'm going to multiply by 2. And I like putting it over 1 so I can show that these cancel over here on the left. Then my final answer is x equals 16 times 2, which is 32. Let me show you one more example, number 15, and I'll have you try too, and we'll end this video on two-step equations. The next thing that we want to look at is number 15 is, what do I do when I have that fraction for my coefficient on my x? So again, let's try to get the x term all alone, which means I have to get rid of this 22 that's added to it. So my first step is to subtract 22. And you'll have to excuse my pen writing on here. It doesn't write very well. I put my slash mark through these to show that positive 22 and a negative 22, or 22 minus 22, cancel. So I'm left with 3/5 x, my equal sign, and then 28 minus 22 is 6. Now let's see if you remember what we do to get rid of a fraction that's being multiplied by the letter. So that fractional coefficient, instead of dividing by 3/5 because it's multiplied, I have to do keep, change, flip, which means I end up multiplying by the reciprocal. So you should multiply both sides by 5/3. So the nice part about that is when you do that, along this diagonal the 5's cancel, along this diagonal the 3's cancel. I just have all these 1's left. So I have a 1x, which we write as x. And then on the right side, if you do 6 times 5/3 in your calculator, you will get 10. Now, will you please hit pause and do number 14 and 16 and hit play when you are ready. All right, check your work to number 14 and 16. Number 14, the very first thing that you should have done, oops, not sure what happened there. Let's go back. The very first thing you should have done would be to subtract 8 from both sides. The next thing you should have done is to multiply both sides by -5/1. And finally, your answer is -15. Number 16, the first thing you should have done is to subtract 1. I'm not sure why I have all these lines on here. The next thing you should have done is to multiply both sides by -3. And finally, your answer is a +24. One last problem I want to show you is one that's completely different from these. And let's go ahead and let's look at number 19. Skip a little bit here. Problem number 19 is a little bit different because I have this big fraction bar with an 8 at the bottom. The 8's actually below not just the variable, but also the constant 11. But the same idea is going to work. If I want to do the opposite of dividing by 8 to go about getting my variable by itself, I'm going to do the opposite, which is multiply by 8. And what I do to one side, I have to do to the other. Okay? So watch what happens here. These 8s are going to cancel along the diagonal. And now I have x plus 11 on my left-hand side of my equal sign. On my right-hand side, I have a negative 24 because negative 3 times 8 is negative 24. Now I'm back to a one-step equation. So I want to get this x all alone. 11 is added to it, so I do the opposite, which is subtracting 11. Or you can think of it as adding a negative 11. So now these two cancel, and I just have an x on the left, and on the right-hand side, I have negative 35. Let's look at one more like that. How about number 21? My a minus 13 is divided by negative 6. So if I want to go about getting that a by itself, the first thing I need to do is to get rid of that dividing by negative 6. So the beauty is, let me erase some of this marks, my pen just isn't working very well here. The beauty is then, all I have to do is multiply by negative 6, but I have to do it on both sides. And I like putting it over 1. Okay? So I have negative 6 left on my left side. I bring down my equal sign, and then these negative 6's cancel, and I have a minus 13. Finally, to get a by itself, remember that all I have to do is get rid of this subtracting 13, so I'm going to add 13 to both sides. And 6 minus 13 is 7, and then I just have a on the right because these cancel out. So my answer is a equals 7. So there's a good variety of two-step equations for you. Remember that the steps are, the very first thing you're going to do is you're going to undo the adding or subtracting to try to get that variable all by itself. Once you get that term that has the variable in it all by itself, then you can get the variable all alone and get rid of the coefficient by multiplying or dividing. So step number 1, you're going to be adding or subtracting, and step number 2, you're going to be multiplying or dividing. And that works for all the problems except for the very last two that I showed you. These two, we had to get rid of the number in the bottom of the fraction first by multiplying. So we had to undo the main division in the problem to go about getting that variable all alone. All right, I hope that helps you with solving two-step equations.